And Gina, you are on now.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Gina Show. Me, Dr. Gina, and my producer, Jean, is here, and we are broadcasting through Hamilton Radio. So thank you for tuning in. And if you're listening to my YouTube, this means it's pre-recorded. So you can catch us every Thursday at 6 p.m. on the Hamilton Radio Facebook page. And from there, you'll have a link at 6 p.m. And I will be taking questions on today's topic. Today's topic is going to be vibrations, how to raise your vibration, how to raise your vibration to a point where you're able to not just feel good about yourself and your life, but to have things good happen for you because you're in a good vibration. So I'm going to do some basics on this topic because people that might be listening, we have a different audience now. When I was on some of the spiritual channels, I had strictly spiritual listeners, and I'm pretty sure most of them knew a little background about vibration. So I'm just going to go back for some of my new listeners now and talk about vibration. So if you listen to me, you're a regular, you've been listening to Dr. Gina Show, or you've been one of my clients for a while, you'll say, oh my God, well, I know this, but it's good. It's kind of like a review. So take a few minutes for this review, everybody that already knows this. I always preach to my clients about vibration, and I like to explain it on this way. Yes, I'm a medium, so I talk to people that are dead, whether this is Aunt Eleanor, Uncle Frank, mom or dad, whoever comes to me when I'm doing a one-on-one reading, I talk to them. And my clients, or if I'm doing a gallery reading, which is people might call it platform, when there's a bigger audience, they're always, how do you do that? How do you talk to them? Well, for me, because me and you and everyone else here, we're just energy in this body having this human experience. So I'm able to take my energy out of this body and go take it into different dimensions. I look at the dead people when they come to me. I kind of take my energy out of my body and I go and find them, or they kind of meet me. As soon as I take my energy out, I can see where they're at. And sometimes if they're earthbound, they're right in front of me. I don't always have to leave my body. I kind of just go into a trance state. But sometimes I go to different places to find them with my energy. So that's how I know for sure we're energy, because I clearly talk to dead people. I talk to spirit guides. I talk to animals. I talk to the council. Everyone knows I channel the council. So this is one of the reasons I know. But there is a lot of scientific experiments that have proven different things about energy. And I always like to state this one that I always talk about. And that is the Dr. Emoto. He's a Japanese doctor. And he did an experiment that just dealt with water, plain water. And so he basically had two things of water. And he took the one water and he's like, said a lot of rotten things to him. You're no good, you're a loser, you stink. And he put that water in the freezer. Then he took the other water. Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so good, you're doing so great. And he put it in the freezer. And then what happened when he looked at the water, right, which is energy, the water he talked all bad to looked all black and stuff. And this other water looked all pretty. That's one of the experiments I like to use to talk about energy. And if you know, one of the first organs that develop is the heart. And the heart is like 80-something% water, energy, right? Just like when we're born, there's a lot of reasons why we pick the month, the day we're born, because we want to be under the energy. For me, it was under the energy of Leo, August 11th. I took all that energy from the dates and the numbers, because the numbers and numerology, there's something to that, just like there is to your sign. There's pieces of all that that make us who we are. And based on what we want to do here, the lessons we want to learn, the missions we want to accomplish while we're here, we choose that as our energy to work with us, as well as we choose our spirit guides, that some of our main spirit guides that will be with us all the time. Throughout our life, we will encounter different spirit guides. Sometimes, like if we're writing a book, we'll be able to channel the energy of an author. For me, when I do healing on animals, I'm always channeling vets, on St. Francis, I use the energy of them. If I'm doing medical mediumship, I always ask the doctors to come help me. So I take the energy from different spirits that are gone. So even though they're not my spirit guides that are with me all the time, different spirit guides or energy come through our lives based on needs at different times. And that's the same thing with angels. When angels come to us, not all of us have an angel or guardian angel all the time. Sometimes if a child is experiencing some tragedy and they need more love, angels will be sent to them to help them get through that. Angels are pure love. They're an energy of all love. Most of them, I have experienced one angel that did say she lived a brief life, but most of them I have not found had lived the human life. So they're just energy, and they're here to give love. Spirit guides, there are spirit guides that have lived the human life, and there are some that have not. The higher up they are, depending on the position, the council who I talk to, none of them have lived the human life. I call them the CEOs of heaven. They have not experienced a human form of life. However, they're a high spiritual being. Their energy is very high. And that's another thing for me, why I have a responsibility, I feel, not just for myself and my mission here in life, but for all of my clients. I have a higher responsibility because I need to keep my vibration as high as I can so that I can give my messages. I have to be clear channel. Sometimes that would mean isolation for me, which means I literally shut down and would shut my phone off, my business phone, and just really have, emergency phone contact on, because I can't have any sensory overload, sensory integration. That's another big thing in it as an occupational therapist as well, working with sensory integration theory. There's a lot to sensory integration and energy. And I do that if I go to a house and I'm going to do like a party reading, and there might be, 10 to 20 people. And if you've ever had a party reading with me, you know that I come early because I have to go around the room and say, oh, you have to move this chair. Sometimes I move a picture. Sometimes I move seating because I need a certain flow of energy. Energy, I always knew there was some big thing about energy. Sorry, I'm going to drink a lot of water in between. This is the water I said all the good words to. So I like to infuse my water with good affirmations, like beautiful, pretty, gorgeous, just whatever I feel like saying. And I drink it. It's good to put good words into your water. Crystals, a lot of people do crystals. And it's an energy that you can put into your water. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, I have to adjust this. I'm in my little Kobe hole up here adjusting things. So just like I was saying, so the energy, I always seen and heard and talked to dead people since the first memory of anything in my life. But I didn't really understand the energy of dead people, or the energy of what people would call a manifestation. Even though since I was 4, I can remember manifesting things that I thought was just easy for me at that time. Being, if all my clients definitely heard of my sword manifestation when I was 4. But I've manifested so many things just out of thin air before I had any blocks or limiting beliefs on my energy and blocks, which, about 5 years ago, a hole I fell down, my vibration sunk. I like to look at the emotional scale and try to gauge my energy on the emotional scale. And there was 3 or 4 years of my life where I was very low on that energy scale. And because I was vibrating at such a low energy, fear, shame, guilt, there's some of the lower energies on the emotional scale. Because I was down there, everything in my life was down there. And I just kept creating more negativity and lowering my vibration. Something clicked about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and I kind of was like, there's a story, and I love this story, about a farmer that had an old donkey, and he put the donkey in the hole, and he kept throwing dirt over the donkey because he wanted to bury the donkey. and the old donkey kept stepping up on the dirt. So the farmer threw the dirt in, and the donkey stepped up until the donkey freed himself instead of being buried alive like the farmer wanted to do. So I remember something clicked to me, and I remember that donkey story, and it was a huge inspiration. So I said, you know, whatever's trying to bury me, there were so many in all areas of life, I felt like the dirt was being piled on me. And for a while, the dirt was weighing me down, and I was definitely at a point where I just like, I can't do it no more. Like, I was done. I had never known what depression or giving up was, but there was a period in my life where I was like, this is hard. Then I heard the donkey story, and I just started stepping up little by little. And I just really been trying to recover for a year and a half or 2 years, not that even long. But in this time that I have been using that dirt, everything someone threw on me to step up on, I now know how it feels when I vibrate higher on that emotional scale. I try to stay neutral on the emotional scale. The dirt is down here in fear, unworthiness, not good enough. That could come from a job that doesn't treat you well, a relationship. It could come from poor health. It could come from a lot of negativity. You know, relationships that don't value you, that treat you like an option, a job that feels like you're disposable. I find that most of the negative vibration does come from a relationship, and that's when you let another person determine your self-worth, and you get so beat down feeling that you're not good enough that you stay down in the bottom for a long time until you have to. And I can't say it's not easy, you know, I've done it and my clients done it. It's not easy to crawl up like that donkey when the dirt keeps getting thrown on you, or you keep getting shown that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you know, you could be being cheated on, whatever it is that throws the dirt on you, but you have to keep digging deep to find that higher vibration. And I have my clients try to just, my new clients that are very low on the vibration, just to try to maintain neutral on that scale, just to try to stay neutral. I'm not saying be happy every day. That would be amazing, but that's very difficult. Once you can remain neutral, that's just not having a feeling either way about it. Then you can start climbing to the higher one, happiness and joy. And then sometimes you get to stay in happiness and joy for a while, and then you might fall, but try not to fall below that neutral line. But I'm telling you, when you're down there, to get up to neutral takes a while. Like I said, I probably lived down there for a few years, if not more, until I started trying to maintain neutral and slipped down. Not only recently, probably within the last year, not even, have I been trying to be neutral and above. So it's work, and I'm doing it, and I have a lot of my clients that work on my program with me, and I have a program, Mind, Body, Soul, the Soul Warriors, and we do work on all 3 of my circles to get our vibration where we need that, and that is through, you know, I'm a counselor as well as I have a nutrition degree, exercise science, and went to school for physical therapy, so I kind of combine all this together to make those circles balance, to bring your vibration to where you need them. So this is how we're going to do this tonight and probably for a while on this new platform, okay? So I'm going to take questions for the topic of whatever the night is, which is tonight vibration. And we'll take a few questions, and then I will take some personal questions as well. So my producer, Gene, I'm sure you all are starting to know him. We're getting a lot of great feedback from Gene, from my clients that really appreciate him, and I appreciate him. And he has a really high vibration, and so does his family, and I feel like it was a blessing for me. And it was just around when I was almost pulling myself out of my low vibration that I met him, but I was still in a lot of nervousness and shame and guilt and fear. There was still a lot of that going on when I first met Gene. So maybe the timing wasn't so right for the show as recently within the last, 3 or 4 months since we regrouped. So his vibration is very high, and I think when I first met him and his family, who were just amazingly great family, and him and his wife are blessed to have each other, because to have a good partner in life, that puts your vibration, that's the blessing that a lot of people don't get to see. So when I first met him, I don't think my vibration was high enough to mesh with his. So I believe that it's getting better because here we are. So I'm just going to get some words from my producer, Gene, about vibration because I like his input. So what do you have to say about vibration, Gene?
Vibration is, well, for me as a personal thing, vibration for me is stop chasing things. Let the things come to you. And I kind of been doing that the last couple of years. But I've been noticing it this last pre-COVID, later COVID. It's kind of like what we call it now, right? But the vibration will follow you and find you. You don't have to go find the vibration. It will find you and follow you as long as your heart is set in the right place. The vibration that I get from people is what I got from you that day. Love and just, I'm there if you need me. And I said the same thing to you. I'm there if you need me. And then you came back to me. I didn't have to chase you. And that's why I think a lot of people do that. They chase projects and prospects, but you also chase them away. Because when you're too, I want to do, but they may not be ready. So the vibration is not on the same level, right? So by having that vibrational level being almost close to each other, it kind of will set its sights on each other and just seek each other out. And we just sit back and let it happen. The best part about vibration is you just sit back and watch it work.
Now, everybody that's listening can surely tell that Gene has a really good vibration, a very high vibration. And even when him and his family have been through things, because they have, he is able to maintain that good vibration. But again, I really contribute a lot of this, and I see it not just in my family that I saw, because I had an Uncle Alec who I love, and I said Gene reminds me of him, and he was married to my aunt Archie, and they had just amazing marriage, and their life, they were just two of my favorite people.
Aww.
And then I've also seen my uncles, who I was raised with my uncles, and they had different vibrations. The other uncles had different vibrations. They were totally different from Uncle Alex. He was the one that had the family, but I was raised with all my uncles when my mom had passed away because I was a couple months old. So I got to see a lot of things, but I definitely believe that is huge, just having the partner and to not stay in a situation where the vibration is negative in a relationship just because you might have children, or just because you have fear of losing that partner, or even fear of that partner puts you down so bad that you think you'll get anyone else. It's just, I found relationships to be huge in vibration, and not to chase them, but to be open for only relationships that give you that vibration. So do we have anyone in the house that wants to come on and ask a question on vibration?
There was a couple people in there, but they left. I don't know if there's anybody else here. Did you make sure you told people? Because sometimes
sometimes they listen and they don't really tune in.
Well, the weather is breaking now. There are more people out, so I don't know if anybody wants to call in or they want to come to the Zoom. I could put the Zoom up here, so people have it. If they want to do that, I can do that.
All right. So what I'm going to do then is, because these readings here that I do, everyone likes these, and they're pretty much general readings. And these readings that I'm going to give, this will be a reading that resonates with you. So I'm going to do, for this show, I'm always going to do a general reading. I'm going to do 3 of them. And basically, if you're tuned into this show and you hear it, or there's something that resonates with you from one of the cards I picked, then this is definitely a message that I say was supposed to be given to you. So I have 3 decks here, and I'm going to show you the deck. This is deck number 1, and we have the Map Maker of Destiny. Okay, that's card number 1. Then pile number 2, we have the Camel Boy. And then for pile number 3, we have the Well Watcher. So whatever resonates with you, deck 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to give a general reading. And after the general reading, I like to give a manifestation, and that's because I like you to practice small manifesting. So I usually give something for you to look out for, to come into your life, so that you can start small by manifesting something small. So I'll give them after the reading. So whoever's listening and pick group number 1, this message is for you. Okay. It's just a quick general reading, a little message that you might like. So there's been a struggle in your life, group number 1. You've been fighting to, this looks like you've been fighting to have a good relationship. It's basically you've been through, this person's probably been dating and they're coming up against relationships that just seem like it's too much effort. It's a lot of struggle. You just want to have harmony. You want to have a physical, a mental connection. You're just looking for something that's not so hard. And you've been, this person might have been like on dating sites, or basically this person has definitely been dating. And it's just been a very much struggle. And it looks like this might seem forever for you guys, because you're like, oh my God, that's forever. But it looks like in anywhere from 3 to 5 months that this person will find a good relationship, and there will be a celebration, and it'll be quick. So it'll be like you've been going through so many people, you've been dating so much, you haven't found a good relationship, but then you're going to find a really good relationship and you're going to have something to celebrate for. There will be an engagement coming up. And I want you to know that this is saying to stay authentic to yourself, to stay within who you are. Don't settle for something that you feel like, oh, well, maybe they're nice and maybe I'll try. Stay authentic to what it is you want and need. The manifestation for this group was, which means like, if you see, I got a white feather. So if you see a white feather come into your life or around you, that means you're going to, you did good, you manifested. It's kind of just, again, just a little proof that you're good at manifesting. So that's your group number 1's message. Now group number 2, whoever picked group number 2, they picked the camel boy. Okay, so this is for you, group number 2. Oh, group number 2, this is a good one. Group number 2, this looks like you've been working on possibly being pregnant. So whoever's listening to this message will resonate for you. Someone's trying to have a baby, or, you know, start a family or get a relationship to actually have this baby. And good news for you, group number 2, this is basically just around the corner for you. You're definitely going to get pregnant or be on the way to planning a pregnancy in the next, again, 3 to 5 months. So whoever picked group number 2, the camel boy, there is a pregnancy coming. There is a family. There is a relationship. This is a really good reading for you, because there's no denying whoever picked this group is on their way to getting what they want. They're saying to ask for help for this, to ask your angels, to ask your spirit guide to guide you, to help you with this, to help this come true. So the manifestation for you, group number 2, is if you see a camel, okay, manifest a camel. That's your manifestation. That's group number 2. Group number 3, who's ever listening, whoever picked group number 3, picked the well watcher. This message is for you. 1, 2, 3. Oh, group number 3, the well watcher. There's a lot of people that are listening today that are definitely tuned into relationships, and it's funny because that's what we were talking about a little bit. Group number 3, you're getting married. So you'll be getting married within the next year, 2021. A marriage is coming up for you. You've had a decision to make. It looks like you had to walk away from a past relationship in order to open yourself up to this new relationship. And that was a really good decision that you made. So just know that you made the right decision, and the person that you pick or will pick in 2021, you will be getting married. It does look like there'll be a move before the marriage, so you'll probably be moving in together before that. So just know that this is in your divine purpose. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You asked for marriage in this life. It's something you wanted, and you will accomplish that. So the manifestation for you, for group number 3, is a well. Okay, so if you see a well, then you've reached your manifestation. So those are the 3 messages, the 3 general messages, whatever resonated with you. Take that as your general message. So thank you for that, guys. And then I also take this time to see if anyone has enough nerve to come into the Zoom meeting and ask for a personal message. I will take a personal message. I'm always going to take 1 to 3 if anyone decides that they want to be in here. So do we have any personal messages yet, Jean?
I'm waiting. I'm leaving a phone message too. 609-585-0400. If they want to call in, they can do that too. That's open. The lines are open now. But
Okay.
no, nobody right now is in there. They,
Okay.
like I said, a couple people
Okay,
were
guys.
there, but they left. I don't know what happened. So
Sometimes they have a hard time. They're not learning how to navigate. I get different messages across the phone from some of my clients here that are saying, I'm trying to get in, Gina. They're having a hard time because they don't know how this works with the we're on the radio, we're on Facebook, and they're
trying
trying
to
to
make it
do it.
easy. And I know we give them so many options. It's like, well, what
I
do
know,
we do?
but they're getting frustrated, you know. And I think it's just a lot because it's all so different. They're used to having, you know, but if we do put up the call in before, maybe they'll have that, because I see my messages going across, and we
I could
try.
put the number up too if you want me to. Well, the thing is, I don't want to put the number up because I don't want to block you from, you know what I mean? So, because then the phone calls start coming in and then you're trying to do the
I
thing. You
know.
don't want to do
It's
that.
difficult. So that's kind of, we can't do that. But once everybody really gets used to how this works
Mhm.
and that they can actually call in through this,
Right.
then we'll be getting them, because I know even my clients are trying, but it's like a lot of people are technology. No one's used to this, you know.
I know.
It's a whole different ball game. They're not used to this. They're used to my old shows where they're just in the chat and they type in, or, you know, they participate that way. But it'll all come along because they're going to want messages. So they're going to be making sure they get in here soon.
Well, they can ask me in here too. Denise Marie, that's another friend of ours, and she's also a psychic too. She's watching you.
Oh, well, thank you for watching. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. And also, my producer here, Jean, is so nice to download on my YouTube station. So if you missed today's live,
Donna wants to call in. Gina, just hold on. Donna wants to call in, but she said her phone won't connect to Zoom. All right, just call in, Donna. Unfortunately, you can watch it later. Everybody's on their phone. And if they turn you off all their phone, they can't zoom in. Then they got to come back to you. So they have a choice. Either you get to talk to Gina live or watch her on, video, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I just got another text. They can't get through. Yeah.
They can't get through?
No.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Here comes somebody. Okay, see what they have to say.
They're trying to navigate it,
There's a lot of people coming in now. Oh, yeah, we're getting hit by them all now. Okay, right. Who do we have here? Okay. Hello, take your mic off. Turn your mic off. Turn your mic on.
We're learning. We're learning how to navigate.
I understand. Okay, now we can hear you. Okay. Hello, take your mic off. Turn the mic off. We're listening to the replay. Got to turn the Facebook off now.
Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sandy Beach.
Hello. How do phone calls start? See, when it rains, it pours. Sandy, hold your thought. Sandy, hold your thought. Okay, this is Dr. Gina's show. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Donna Lipak.
Donna's on the phone. Donna, go ahead. Donna, you go up with your question for Dr. Gina.
Well, what kind of question can I ask?
You can ask whatever question you want, Donna.
Whatever you want, my dear.
Okay. Okay. Well, Gina, I'm sure you may know, you have so many followers, but my husband just recently passed away. And when I say recent, I say it's a little over 2 years now. I was connecting with him. I know this sounds kind of strange, but I had connected with him through my dreams, but haven't connected with him in about 8 months. And I honestly believe it's because the last dream, he kind of scared me, not intentionally. So,
okay. Well,
do you have any advice or, how to handle something like that? It sounds crazy.
So here's what happens, Donna. I see this a lot, you know, and when I connect to spirit, sometimes they're not, even when I'm doing a mediumship reading and I tell people, like, I never want to know, you know, if I do all phone readings now, so I have them send me pictures of only alive people to not tell me who they want to connect to, because on the other side, sometimes it's like, even though this is a big school here, this is a big lesson here, this is the lessons of life, of humans, right? But even over in heaven, for me, it's heaven. The spirits I connect to is heaven, the other side. They still have school and learning, so they might not readily be available for months because they're actually taken away from the vibration or the energy where they could be either reviewing their life here, or they're actually going over things that they want to learn there, or they're pulled to another job. They have jobs to do as energy. So there is times when we may be able to connect to them, where I'll be doing a reading with someone, and I usually always connect to whoever it is, because if it's a regular client, I'll always maybe connect to their husband, for example. And all of a sudden, their husband doesn't come, and I'm out in my energy, I'm looking for him, but I don't like to pull them, because I could go and find where they are, but I don't do that. I kind of wait for them to come. Sometimes I'll entice them to come down, but that means that their energy is just, they're busy over there. So what you're saying is true. And when you say you connect to them in dreams, for me as a medium, I connect to everybody else's relatives and spirit guides. It's difficult for me to connect to my own family. I'll be doing a reading if I'm in channel. Sometimes I'll start describing somebody because I'm in channel, so I don't really know what I'm saying, and I'll be like, oh, there's just happened last night. There's a man here. He's in Army things. His name is Marty. And then I'll be like, oh my God, that's my uncle trying to jump in. Like, my family will jump in sometimes. But other than that, I always connect through a dream. That's how I am able to connect. And it's so very real, those dreams.
Yes.
Because you're taking your energy, and your energy leaves your body. So you meet them on the astral plane. So you're able to connect to them through your energy. And that's why it's really happening, because your energy is now in the astral plane as they are, and you meet as energy. So I'm sure, like I said, I don't do medium readings on this type of platform. I do them one-on-one. And like I said, sometimes spirits might pop in. If I'm doing a reading, I will, but I don't put myself in that type of channel over here, because I talk different when I'm doing that. So I need to be more present. But I hope that answered your question.
It does, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Donna.
You know, it takes a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, we still have Sandy. We have still Sandy here. Go ahead, Sandy. Sandy, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, how you doing?
Sandy's so cute. I love Sandy. Hi.
To your show. I was just wondering if you see anything for me in the near future. I have a second self-published book coming out. I have to talk to the publisher. You know, there's kind of been a hold up, you know, with everything with the COVID. Do you see anything?
What's the name of your book, Sandy?
It's called The Best Dog.
Pressed On?
The Best Dog.
The Best Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, let me just talk to your guides and see. Does this have anything to do with your doggy?
Well, a little bit. I mean, I do want to come out with a story about him. This is more about a boy and his dog.
Okay.
But
all right, let me just give me a second. Okay, so the energy, because I'm looking at the energy psychically, right? So when I look at the energy psychically, they can show me how this looks based on how your energy is vibrating, right? Basically where you are and the energy around you is, and what the potential is now based on how I'm lining up, because this is pretty much a manifestation, right? So that means getting you your energy in the right space to have this come true. So they're saying that it's really high. It looks really good that you would have. Is this a children's book, Sandy?
Yes.
because they're showing me that it would be really something that for a child, and that they see it being a really good opportunity, and they see good potential, and they definitely see you selling some books. So it looks really
Oh,
good. Congratulations, though, because this is good, Sandy. You did really good. It's going to be good.
thank
It's great. I'm proud of you because I see a lot of good things in the energy for that. Congratulations. Keep pushing on that, they said. Don't give
thank-
up, you know. Keep
okay.
trying because it's a really good thing. It's good, they said. They like it.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you.
That's adorable. I definitely want to get a book.
Yeah, I will, once it gets published, I'll put one aside. We'll get
It's
one
going to
too.
get published. It's going to. Make sure you use your words as energy, right? Because energy is words. So you just say when it gets published, it's going to. Make sure you say, don't say if, just use the words when, okay?
Okay.
When. Thank you so much for listening again, Sandy. And can I tell everyone that you're the other half of Jean? So like this is the couple that I talk about. Just great
She's my
energy.
energy.
People.
She's the one that keeps me going.
And just amazing, these two. Just blessed. Blessed. We all
Thank you
should
so
be
much.
so lucky.
I feel blessed. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean you should. She's amazing, but so are you. And so are your kids, so
Thank
and
you.
your animals.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have anyone else in the little houses?
Yeah, go ahead, Sandy. I have to see. Somebody was calling, but the call stopped. So if they want to call back, they can. Callers can resume. Yeah, there was somebody else that was calling.
Okay. All right.
Calls can resume. It's hard to communicate because I don't know if you can announce that and say that so they're listening. They can hear
Yeah.
calls. You can call back. I don't want to call anybody back in case it was the wrong number or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, we could get eventually this, guys, we're just starting out. We're figuring this whole Zoom new thing out here too. So we're all in this together and we all grow together. Things will just happen as they do. There's no stress. And I always tell people, like, I'm not one of those big fancy, I don't care people. I remember when I first started my radio show, which was 3 years ago, probably. I was definitely always nervous before I did them, and never would I think I would be on camera like this doing it. Even when I did like the reality television, very difficult. But I don't get so caught up in it now. I just let spirit guide me. And if you want to try something or do something, you can't get caught up on how people are going to view you, or none of it. I don't care. Matters at all to me. So. All right, well, if we
People
don't
just
have
have to
anyone
stay.
else this time, you can check this out. If you hear me and you missed some of this, it's going to be on my YouTube station, so you can rewatch it again if you are just tuning in. And next time, you can definitely try to go back and figure out Zoom and call in, because I will be taking call-ins. And if you're listening and you're nervous to call in, you don't want to put your question out there, you can do what our other caller Donna did, and she just called, and you don't even have to put your face there. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I'd love to see your face on Zoom, but if you don't want to, again, you could just call, and then nobody has to see you. You're just a name. So
Yeah, another thing I wanted to say too is I kind of keep a log of the people that call in, so I would love them when they call in to please tell me where they're from. If they could just tell me the location, like the state, that's fine. Or if it's the country, that's fine. And they don't have to use their real name. They can use a fake name. A lot of people on FM radio, they always use different names, but you just want to know where they're calling from. So yeah, it's my idea in case advertisers want to say, hey, well, where are the people calling from? Well, they're coming from here and here, and they got the video to go check it out and see it. And, it's just try to be honest and open with everybody and show them, that we are who we are. Right. And,
yeah. And they do have to use the real name if they want a message, because I need the energy of their name.
well, I'm just saying, I'm just saying from local radio, I know they don't,
Yeah.
but if you need that, then they need to be honest, absolutely honest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really thank you guys for today. We won't always be an hour, but we will make an hour if we need it. So we'll go anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. So whatever it
I
takes.
got the
Guys.
time for you, says I'm fine. I mapped out the time for you, so I've got an hour, 2 hours, whatever you need. So that's not a problem with me. It's all about what you what you feel or what you want and how you want to go. So I try to give that flexibility for that, you know.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Jean, I'll meet you on the other side over here. And I guess we can close out. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. And you can always find it on Facebook, Hamilton Radio, on Jean's page, on my page, and again, passed on my YouTube.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. Until next week.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let me shut it off and then give me a second. And